So moving on, yeah, recently the EU approved Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard. This is coming off of the heels of, what was it, the CMA, which is the British, I guess, part of the approval process. Because I think you have to have 3 in order for like a major acquisition tech, I guess, giant to kind of purchase another one. You have to have the CMA, the what is it? The CMA, the EU, and the FTC. Yeah, and basically the FTC, from what I understand, is they're currently going through a process of was it an appeal, right? Microsoft's appealing the FTC's, or no, they're suing. Somebody's suing.
Yeah, they were trying to sue them. Like, yeah, that one's a little muddy. I don't know. I don't know which way the FTC is going to lean on this. I mean, this is definitely good news for Microsoft. They needed some kind of W, so I don't know if this is going to overwrite the CMA's decision, or maybe, shift it anyway when it comes to the appeals. I don't know. It's still not a done deal, but man, I'm getting tired of hearing the back and forth on this. I knew it'd take a while, but I didn't expect this back and forth, especially at the last minute.
With the lawsuit and all this appealing process, it's probably going to be another 2 years, year and a half, 2 years before anything.
If they have to go through appeals, yeah. And then is it worth it? I mean, I don't know, because there's going to be a lot that they're going to have to dump into just to appeal it and fight it. They have lost revenue through the whole thing for both them and Activision. And then if they lose, they owe Activision $3 billion anyway. I mean, Microsoft still has more money under the sun than anybody else, so it's not like it really matters for them.
And if you're Microsoft, there has to come a point where, like, what's its sunken cost? It's like where you put in enough resources and time and effort where it's just like, dropping it's really hard.
Yeah, but you got to think it's versus whatever they've dumped into it, which is, I don't know, $100 million. I have no idea. I'm just throwing a number out there. Compared to the, $70 billion. So clearly they've got a ways to go before they have an issue balancing that out. They want this acquisition, so I'm sure they're in this for a relatively long
I totally forgot to bring it up, but luckily it just hit my head. Did you see Satya Nadella's comments on this acquisition? I think he's the CEO of Microsoft.
I don't remember reading anything about the EU portion. I remember when the CMA had their thing.
Well, recently someone asked him whether Microsoft would be looking into doing anything to, I don't know, I guess, in a way to attack the UK's decision. And a lot of people were kind of surprised by his answer, where he just said, we're going to wait and see, where it's like, what does that mean? Are you going to
Well, they're waiting to see what the EU does, if that, puts any kind of pressure on the FTC, that changes.
But a lot of people, but I think the question had something to do with, are you going to pull video games from the UK? Are you going to attack them via stop selling products in the UK? I think that's the way the question was worded. But
I think it's too soon to say. I mean, until they go through the appeal process, I don't think they're going to be firm on what course of action they're going to take. But
well, as always, this is this is the most accurate and best place to hear this information on the EnteR ChatZ MaN Podcast.
Sure.
There is no better source. Jason Schreier, get out of here.
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on.